Good morning, all of you. So today we'll discuss about the variable mass system. So if you check this, this is there in a syllabus in laws of motion chapter. When you look at the laws of motion there, rocket propulsion is available. The same rocket propulsion only is an example of variable mass system. So along with the rocket propulsion, we will take some other systems where the mass is varies, what to do with that one. So to be frank, already you have come across this. You look at the conservation of linear momentum. A person standing on a trolley, and when a person ejects himself, when a person jumps from a trolley, so nothing but shall I say that trolley person system mass got decreased, the mass being ejected. And why the trolley will move back, I called thrust force. Already we have come across some examples like where some mass is ejected and the trolley will recoil with the speed. Same set of idea what happened we are going to implement here. Instead of ejecting some mass, specific mass, here what happened, the mass will be ejected continuously with time. There you see the person was jumping. The person will not jump continuously with the time. A person will jump. So here what happened, a continuously mass will be ejected or a continuously mass will be added. Then what will happen to the speed acceleration? Because I think what are the quantities will be interested. What will happen to speed of the system? What will happen to acceleration of system? These things is what we'll be analyzing here. First, we'll confine to a general case. Means like first we'll take some examples which already we know, like rocket propulsion or some other thing. This we have to make it very generalized. Means anywhere if the mass of the system varies, okay, how to work out the problem. So what are the unknown things we'll be asking you to find out? What about the net force acting on system? What is the acceleration of system? What is the velocity of system? And what will be the momentum or what will be the kinetic energy of system? These ideas only what happen will be tested for you. Okay, let me start with first with the rocket propulsion. We'll take the best example to learn that rocket propulsion, variable mass system. So rocket. Okay, now if you take the rocket, initially let this be ground. So let the rocket be on, initially it will be at the launch pad. So I'll just keeping it on. Let the mass be m0. This is t equals 0. This is at a ground, that one. Now, so and what are the forces that will be acting? M0 G and normal contact, or it will be connected to launch pad. So this will be at equilibrium. Now at any time t, the rocket what happens starts lifting up. It ejects gases here. Then the mass of the rocket will be m. So what actually happens here, the fuel of the rocket will be burned too. If you take this is the fuel part, this fuel is what it will be burnt. So overall mass of the rocket will decrease. Overall mass of the rocket will decrease. Then what I notice is that a thrust force will be acting here. The weight of the rocket, mg, and the fuels will be ejected with a speed vr. So why do this thrust force? Because here there's a ejected gases. That particular gases open, they'll be ejected with a speed. And what is that is a VR, that one. So first we'll define all the things. The fuel will be burnt at a rate. I'll call that as a mu. Mu is equal to what is a mu? Mu is a rate at which fuel is burnt. So usually how do we express this one? Is expressed, it is in burnt. So it will be kgs per second. The unit for this will be 5 kg per second, 2 kg per second, 10 kg per second. That much of fuel will be burnt here. So what is mu? Mu will be kg per second. So this you can write it as dm by dt. There's a typical symbol what I'll be using for that one. Mu, or some books they took lambda, the rate at which the fuel is burnt here. Then what is VR? VR is the velocity of ejected gas, the speed with which gases, the gas being ejected here. Now it just works on Newton's third law. What is the action? I'll ignite the rocket, then the fuel burnt and the gases are ejected. And the gas, it will have some mass, no? It will be ejected. And we know that action reaction should be equal and opposite. As some mass is ejected, a thrust force will be generated. That thrust force will act upward. Now this thrust force, if it is able to overcome the weight, then the rocket is going to accelerate here. Now, what is that thrust force? So now we are going to enter this one. So we know F is equal to dP by dt. So what is the momentum? mv. M dv by dt plus v dm by dt. We have come across situation of this kind where mass of system constant and the speed of that will vary. Now what happened? We are also having a situation where here the mass of system is varying. No? The mass of system varying, this one. So then this particular thing will become, I'll call thrust force here. So what is the thrust force? Ft should be equal to VR bar dm by dt. Substitute dm by dt with sign. I'll put it plus or minus. There's a basic introduction. As you start working problem, you'll come to know, okay, how to take this one. Now, if the mass of system increases, plus dm by dt. If mass of system decreases, then it will be minus dm by dt. Substitute dm by dt with sign. And this is the expression for the thrust force. Okay, let's come to the rocket propulsion. Say already, like if mass is varying, no, so there's a basic way of thinking on the problem. So what is the thrust force? This VR dm by dt. What is VR? Already we defined. Velocity of ejected gases. And now this is what with respect to ground or with respect to what it is? With respect to rocket here. What is VR? VR is the velocity of ejected gases with respect to rocket here. Velocity of ejected gas with respect to same thing, conservation of linear momentum. A mass is ejected with a speed, a person will jump with a speed UR relative to the trolley. So there's a basic idea of this one. So like this we define the thrust force acting on system depends upon the rate at which mass ejected and the speed with which the mass is ejected relative to the system. Okay, let's write the basic equation now after this. Now, what is the basic acceleration equation? The thrust force Ft minus mg equal to ma. This is at any time t. So the equation will be, so now look at that, mass of system must decrease, no? So how to write mass of the system at any time? What is the mass of system? Because if it is initially having 100 kgs per second, then for every 1 second 2 kgs are burnt, then what will be the mass of system? I think go back to a very general idea like this. Let there be 100 kg of fuel. Then what is mu? Mu equal to 2 kg per second. Then after 10 seconds, what is the mass of the system? After 10 seconds, how much of mass is burnt? For every second, for every 1 second, 2 kg. For 10 seconds, 20 kg. Then what is the mass of system? We'll write it 100 minus 20, 80. Can we write a mathematical equation? Mass of system m naught equal to mu minus t. If mass of system increases, mu plus t. So now you see the same ET, I'm going to get it. This one. So this will be 100. This will be 2 t. Substitute 10 seconds. At t equal 10 seconds, what is the mass of system? Okay, a bit louder. Can you hear me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's a bit louder. Okay, I'll try to speak it then. I think I should adjust my volume. Okay, volume I increased. And now, what is the mass of system what is the mass of system at any time? So substitute t equal to 1, 2, 3, that particular time, you are going to get that one. So this will be VR. Mass of system is decreasing here, no? Minus mg equal to m dv by dt. I'm interested in the acceleration quantity. Oh, let me write one more step. Then I'll go for next year. So what is the expression for acceleration? Acceleration should be equal to minus VR dm by m dt minus t. This acceleration dv by dt equal to minus VR by dt dm by m minus t. So this will become dm by m minus g dt. What is the speed of the rocket? Initially it was a test, or initially if you have any speed, you can introduce that one. So let me initially, because usually rocket what pen will throw, then will launch. Usually at launch point it will be at rest, no? Most of the cases. So what should be the limit now? The limit should be, if you want, later on I'll change that one, V naught. This will be initial mass m naught at any time m 0 to t. So this will be V minus V naught minus VR log of m naught m minus gt. Simplifying this, V minus V naught minus VR log of m by m naught minus gt. Then V plus V naught. So this will be, what is VR? So let me take this. So this will be the speed of the rocket at any time. Initially the rocket is at rest, put V naught equals 0. Now if there is no gravity present, then the equation will come. Now initially rocket at rest. Initially rocket at rest, then V naught will be 0. Then the equation will become VR log m naught m minus gt. Absence of gravity. In that case, the expression will become log of m naught by m. VR will be constant, fix that one. I'll eject the gas at a constant rate, means the VR what happened, that I'll maintain constant. So what is VR? The speed with which gases will be ejected related to rocket here. Now look at this m. What is m? M naught minus mu t, no? This is very important here. So let me write it in a generalized form. M naught minus mu t minus gt. This is the expression for speed of the rocket at any time t. In the absence of gravity, it will become V equal to VR log of m naught minus mu t. And these are the situations will come. So if the mass is ejected continuously, there's a formula is what you should take it. So what is mu? The rate at which mass is ejected continuously. the speed at any time t, this can be determined. You see that one. As t increases, so what should happen to this denominator? Will keep on decrease as t increases. So what do we expect v? V will be continuously increases here. So the mass will be ejected continuously. That's the basic idea, not one time. All of a fuel will not be burnt at launch pad. The fuel will be burnt gradually. So all the numericals what we'll discuss will be like this, where the mass of the system will increase or decrease at a rate. That's a basic idea. If suddenly increases, suddenly decreases, already we have discussed this in conservation of linear momentum. Able to make it out? Please try to, what all you learned, you try to utilize it. Suddenly mass increases, suddenly mass decreases. We know, we have studied in conservation of linear momentum. Here, if the mass gradually increases, gradually decreases, then we are discussing this method. Now, what are the few cases students what happen after this? Like what are very generalized way of thinking this problem? I think some of you, that's for the discussion, what all we made. See, the ejected gas will have some momentum. The ejected gas will have some momentum. Will have momentum, no? Sir, what is the momentum of that? Because continuously the mass is ejected. I should not write here something, sir, mass of the ejected gas. Because the gas will be continuously being ejected. Then what happen in turn? The rocket will acquire momentum. Conservation of, sir, can I apply conservation of linear momentum here? Look at the momentum of rocket, continuously will increase, no? From where this momentum is imparted to the rocket? By the thrust force. Okay, got this? So mass ejected continuously here, not suddenly. I think you should understand. Okay, now let's take some very generalized thinking is what now you should develop here. After this, it's a little bit like mass based it will come. And now this is a rocket. So to test the rocket, what will happen? I will tie it to ground. So let this be a rope. This I'll call a rope. Then I'll switch on the rocket. Initially it's having a mass. At t equals 0, let mass be m naught here. Now I'll ignite the rocket. This rope, what will happen, will not permit the rocket to, I'm showing some like a mass of the rocket like this being fuel being burnt. So here the gases will be ejected and this is a rope. No, it is being ejected with a speed VR and it is being burned fuel at a rate m, that one. What can be the tension force here? The string will be taut. The string will be taut. Initially I adjusted the system, that one. So the moment I switch on, the rocket wants to move up, no, because of thrust force. Then the weight mg will act. Then the tension T will be acting in this direction. Then what is the expression for tension in the rocket, in this case, Ft minus mg minus T equals 0. So what is a thrust force? Thrust force equal to Vr dm by dt. Now dm by dt. This will be mg equal to T. Now, what is Vr? The speed with which gases are ejected, and this is mu. What is m? M naught minus mu T. So this is the expression for tension. Now look at they'll ask you to plot tension in the string as a function of time. So tension in the string will increase or decrease with the time. mu VR plus m naught g minus mu gt. So with the time, this quantity initially t equals 0, okay, well, let's not bother. So the moment I switch on, then what happens, the tension will acting. So at any time t, what is the tension, I'll ask you. Substitute that value of t here, you'll get the tension in the string. So this rope will not permit. So when they are at a testing stage, no, like this, what happens, their questions will be asked for you. Find the tension in the rocket, tension in the rope at any time t. Just substitute all the values. And now instead this, sometimes the rocket, I will place on horizontal surface. I'll place on horizontal surface.
Sir,
Then,
sir, small doubt in the previous equation, sir. Sir, once can you scroll up? Sir, in the second equation, sir, how did it become plus mg, sir?
Thrust force, already I took the sign. It is acting opposite to that one.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Well, gradually you can understand. This is a t equals 0. This is a rough surface. I'll put it. I'm trying to generate here now more generalized idea. Rocket propulsion, okay, that's there in NCERT book, that much only. But here we want more generalized. We are going to discuss a problems related to all mechanics ideas till now. So what is like thrust force, like with tension, thrust force with friction, thrust force with spring force, like that several thrust force along with all other forces related problems. That is what our goal. Now I'll switch on the rocket. Then the fuel will be burnt. It is being continuously burnt, and the gases will be ejected here. Now, what is a system? See, like how to, now you can ask me one best question like, sir, how you determine thrust force? What is the basic formula? Thrust force is equal to VR bar dm by dt. I'm entering to the core idea of this entire variable mass concept. What is the direction of thrust force? Direction of thrust force should be determined using this formula. Okay, let's come for this. The fuel is being burned at a rate mu. Mu is what? The rate at which fuel is burnt. Will I agree this? And still I see that rocket is at rest. Now also it is at rest. Time being, let me take a condition like this. And now, sir, how to determine what direction the thrust force will act? What direction the friction? So let's begin like this. So mass of the fuel, mass of the system increasing or decreasing? It's decreasing, no? So substitute that with negative sign. In what direction the gases are ejected? Towards left. And the mass of system decreasing. So then I'll put negative sign. Then how this equation, it will turn up like this. Minus of VR, dm by dt is how much? Okay, that's, I'll write it, minus mu. So how much it will become? Minus mu VR bar. So what should be the direction of thrust force? Opposite to the VR U relative. So therefore, the thrust force should act in this direction. Are you getting the idea? I'm starting the discussion from here. In every numerical, this is what you have to search. In what direction the mass is being ejected. Get this? Mass of system increasing or decreasing? It is decreasing. Then the thrust force should act opposite to VR bar. VR bar will be given for us, or VR bar, what happened? We have to search in a problem. So definitely I know when I switch on the rocket, in what direction the mass is ejected here. So because this is the front part, this is the back part. So from this, or I'll call this a nozzle. So from where the gas will be ejected, from the nozzles only. So in every system, what you should identify, from in which direction the mass is being ejected. So this is the ejected mass. This is the ejected mass. So I'll write it. This is the ejected mass. Then there's a direction of ejected mass. Mass of system decreasing. I'm writing minus mu. So what is the account of the relationship? look at this negative sign. So how thrust force should be opposite to VR bar. Thrust force will act here. Now if I say that the rocket still at rest means what direction the friction we have to show it? Towards left. Direction of friction. So will it be static or kinetic? Will be static, no? Will be static. So how much that should be equal to mu into VR. What is the basic equation? We'll write it. Magnitude I'm writing out. So finally, so the friction acting will be static in nature. Now, let it accelerate. Let this rocket accelerate. I'm slightly deviating away from the book. In books, what happened, everything they have taken some mathematically trying to convince here. So let's have a general idea first, then we'll enter into numerical. It'll be very easy for us to manage. So now the rocket. Now the thrust force generated in the system is such that it is able to overcome. So the thrust force is greater than the limiting. I'll adjust, sir, how do you can do like that? I can either adjust mu or VR, no? By controlling the size of the nozzles, I can control the mu, the rate at which fuel is burnt, and also VR. So using some mechanism, I can control mu and VR. Now I'll make mu and VR is such that the mu and VR such that the thrust force is able to overcome the limiting friction. In that case, the friction acting will be kinetic. The gases are ejected with a speed VR. Now again here also, mass of system increasing or decreasing? Mass of system m naught minus mu t. It is decreasing. Ejected gas. Got this, no? So in what direction the thrust force should act now? The thrust force must act in this direction. Then the relative acceleration, the acceleration of the rocket should be Ft. This is Ft minus Fk should be equal to Ma. What is thrust force? Mu into VR. Now don't already all the things I taken care. Directly I'm coming to this one. Why towards right? Because of this condition. Because mass is decreasing, then thrust force should be opposite to VR. Minus what I should write? Mu k. Normal contact, and this is mg, no? So then it should be equal to 2 mu's are there. Mu k, I'll write it, no problem. Mu k n equal to me. Mu minus mu k mg equal to me. This should be equal to what is m? M will be m naught minus mu t, g equal to m naught minus mu t by e. Mu VR by m naught minus mu t minus mu k equal to a. So this expression for acceleration as a function. Differentiate dv by dt and solve it. You'll get the velocity of the rocket at any time t. So what is the most important part of this variable mass concept here? In what direction the mass is ejected, or in what direction the mass is received by the system? I mean, first, what is the system? Is it a rocket or a ground? Rocket is a system. Then in what direction mass is ejected? And in what is the VR? Then at what rate the fuel is burnt? Then afterwards, making a guess of the thrust force. How to get the thrust force? Ft is equal to thrust force equal to VR minus dm by dt. Dm by dt put with sign. Then you get the thrust force. Then once you get the thrust force, as usual, you continue with the your laws of motion concept. Resultant force should be equal to ma. If the system is at rest, the net force should be 0. This what happens here. Now friction is there. So here I'll connect a rope. I'll connect a spring. You carry on with all the mechanics related ideas till now what all you generated. There's a very generalized discussion is what I have put in front of you. Okay, let's take the other examples. Now, sir, I'll keep it on inclined plane. Later on, I'll make it still more generalized here. Time being, these are examples I gave it. Okay, let's take the some questions. Yeah. Read the question. Read the question and try to diagram. I want you to really think once, so straight away. So how to first get the diagram, then once after getting diagram, then check it. So what has to be done in the numerical. So this is the so let it be loaded with a sand. So some say that it's out of syllabus, nothing to do. Variable mass concept is very much is there, is a part of syllabus. It's there for JEE mains, advanced. Do numericals will come. No, but very less discussion is there in the book. So like the total mass of the system cart with loaded mass, loaded sand at mass m naught. Overall everything is mass is m naught. Let's take that one. So this is sand. Initially, what is the state of it? Rest. So there's a small are you seeing an all here? It is like this. So now I'm going to pull this cart. Take like this. So now this is this one. So as I start dragging it towards right, so what will happen to the sand? It will start spilling out. No? Now he's asking what about the thrust force? So what will happen to sand? Sand will definitely fall through the wall. It will fall on the ground. No? So look at the mass of system increasing or decreasing. Look at the mass of system is increasing or decreasing. It has to decrease, no? Earlier it was m naught. Now it will become m. And that particular sand, it will start spilling out. At any instant of time, let velocity of the cart be Vc. I'll call Vc. That is with respect to ground. Look at the mass of system. Increasing or decreasing? It's decreasing. What is a system? Cart is a system here. The cart is a system. Mass of system. So in what action the thrust force will act? That's what the question is being asked. So there's no other way. Is it mass? Like the sand was at rest, no? The sand was at rest. Now as the cart starts moving, even the sand will also moving. Now through this hole it will fall. What will be the velocity of sand particles when they're falling? Due to inertia of motion, they'll have velocity of cart only. The sand particles will have, what should be the velocity of sand particle? Due to inertia of motion, they will have velocity, how much it is equal to? The velocity equal to that of cart only. So what is Vs? I should write here only, equal to V. So you are moving in a bus. If you just release an object, I'm not saying throwing. If you release an object in a moving bus, what is the velocity of that released object? Will be velocity of bus only. Am I right? Due to inertia of motion, the same thing. So the sand which is just falling through the hole will have velocity of cart only. Will have velocity of cart only. So let's calculate velocity of sand with respect to cart, because that is the thing which we needed. Velocity of sand with respect to cart should be equal to velocity of sand with respect to ground minus velocity of cart with respect to ground. This is what we are, no? We see what is velocity of sand with respect to ground equal to velocity of cart only. Velocity of cart, we assumed it to be V. So what is VR? 0. So then we know thrust force should be equal to VR dm by dt. dm by dt is non-zero, but VR is 0. So therefore, the thrust force will be 0. Is it okay? No. So anywhere where mass of system varies, thrust force will come. Not necessary. We should check what is the speed with which the mass is ejected here, because the sand will just fall off, no? And when it's falling, what particular velocity of the cart only. What is the velocity of ejected mass with respect to system is 0. So no thrust force will act here. Able to make it out, I think this will become very crucial for you. In fact, I should write negative sign. Mass is decreasing. But 0 into anything will be 0. So no thrust force will act on the system. Then sir, how to do this problem? So again, I'll apply laws of motion. F equal to me. This is a constant force applied. What is m? M should be equal to m naught minus mu t. Acceleration is dv by dt. Then this is ft m naught minus mu t. This is dv. Let me integrate this. 0 to v. This will be 0 to t. I think I should adjust one. F, this will be d minus mu t m naught minus mu t. So here this will be integral of dv. This will be v only. So then this will be minus f by mu log of m naught minus mu t 0 to t. After all mathematics, after all just integration mathematics, nothing to bother that one. So this negative sign, let me adjust here. F by mu log of m naught by m naught minus mu t equal to v. So what is the expression for speed of the cart? This is the final answer. Okay, now I think what is the thing? For any where all there is a mass is varying, then what happens? You cannot jump directly say that thrust force will act here. I think we should analyze, no? This is what very crucial for a student here. Everything you can manage. So there's a initial part is very important. Somehow first you define what is the system. So what is the system here? So I'll put it some very basic things which are needed for that. What is the system? Cart. What is being ejected? Ejected quantity. Sand. So you ask yourself, then on the system, any thrust force will act or not. Like this, you have to manage the thing. So in every problem, what you should ask, like, what is being ejected, what is the system, and what is being ejected, and in what direction ejected, thrust force will act or not, and is it mass of system increasing or decreasing? I think you can manage most of the numericals. If you check the advanced, no, we don't go for mass-based numericals much. A very simple idea how a student can guess the thrust force and any other quantities, how you can find out. After this, I want the even acceleration also. So I got this speed of the cart at any time t. What to do with acceleration? I think acceleration is very simple, from this equation only. So what is the acceleration of cart? F by m. M naught minus mu t. So this will be the acceleration of cart. M naught is initial mass, no? M naught is initial mass. Let's analyze these questions in another way. Another way means you only let me introduce conditions so that it'll be easy for you. And now, if there is a friction between the cart and this one, so how you manage this? If there's a friction between the cart and the ground, what changes you're going to make it? How the friction force should act? Opposite to relative motion. The friction will oppose relative motion, so the friction will act backward, no? So I'm just introducing the conditions. Please do take care, because instead of doing many problems, let's analyze in one problem, so that will be in a far better position. At any time t, I'm discussing the case. There's a sand. So no, the sand is being ejected. So we know there's no thrust force. Then now the friction you're going to put backward, no? Yeah. The resultant friction, we are taking that one. Then let m be the mass of the system at any time t. Then we know thrust force already from previous discussion 0. Then what is the equations of motion? We can write it. F minus F is equal to ma. This is applied force, friction, mu n. This is ma. Then further, this should be mg minus ma. Mu m naught minus mu t g is equal to m naught minus mu t into E. Okay, now see things clearly. There's a rough surface. The resultant friction is what I'm showing. So then what is the acceleration? Acceleration equal to F minus. Oh, there are two frictions are there. Mu k, sorry, this. Please be careful. Two frictions are there. This will be equal to acceleration of the cart minus mu kg. I think you can really manage very comfortably, no? Nothing to do. Surface rough, surface smooth. I'll connect one spring to the cart. Then spring force kx, you bring it. Nothing big, no? You can just manage. So let me introduce a spring. So I'm going to connect a spring. Then the spring force will come into picture. So let me take the spring force. Just do right equation. Let's see that can we simplify or not. There's another way. Let's write some basic equations. Means what is the general idea? Thrust force will act. You treat it is just like any other force you learnt in mechanics and carry on the problem. Books they confined only problems related to thrust force, but JEE Advanced will always ask you that applications. Now let's write the basic equation. F minus the frictional force Fk minus Kx equal to M. Rest all everything you know, like previous problem what we did. This one. Of course, mathematics will trouble us a lot finding out things. You can find out V as a function of X. Because again, T and X all are variable. So let me write equation. So things will be little bit complicated for us in terms of simplifying things. Mg minus Kx equal to, this will be Me. So acceleration of this should be equal to F by M. Here no problem. This will become Kx by M. Now when you write further this, acceleration equal to F by M naught minus mu T, mu Kg, Kx. Of course, we have some mathematical rules. With the help of that, we can solve. I think since in maths you don't learn to solve such equations, I'm just leaving it here. But in exams, they will ask you find the acceleration at any time t. They may ask you, this is option, what is a possible equation for acceleration? They may not ask you how much, but possible equation they'll ask you to generate. And Kx is what? Spring force. Here also in this system, the thrust force, Ft is equal to Vr minus V. Vr is 0. So therefore the thrust force is 0. Hope everyone having general idea. Now nothing to do variable mass concept. Let it be. Okay, we can manage. Let's take the based on this. Okay, let me trouble you with now next question. Let's see that how you. You can't apply conservation of energy principle because you have to be very careful about all other things, work done, this one. So later I'll come to that one. When you are applying conservation of principle, what you have to take care. Okay, read the question. Huh? I think both questions are same. Yeah. This is the upper. This is the upper. It will have a sand and it is going to put onto the trolley, and this particular thing is a trolley. As a teacher, I should permit students to really think on this one. If I straight away write it, no, you'll just feel okay. That one. How the sand will fall vertically, upward. So let's take the basic diagram. Please do diagram, draw diagram. So the diagram will really help you a lot to write the equations. And just I'm changing the diagram, so little bit easy for you to. No, where is the upper? Upper is here. So inside that, there's a sand. So initially like this, there's a condition. So now the trolley. So what is the state of this trolley? Initially at rest. And I'll apply force F. It start accelerating. If you draw a diagram, I think you can break up things. As I start pulling this, so what do you expect? No, this trolley starts moving. No, and the upper starts feeding with the sand. It starts filling with sand. That one. So this entire diagram. The upper will not move. Where it is, it will be there only. Yeah. So where the sand, I think now the amount of sand got decreased. No, the sand, I had to show it here. No, it was okay. Now I think I'm helping almost everything with the problem. Do make observation and check it. Thrust force will act or not because it is being dropped. Stationary upper. This is upper. Fixed up. So let V be the velocity of the trolley. V be the velocity of the trolley at n. This is at t equal to 0. This is at any time t. No, look at the sand. So what is the state of sand inside the upper? Will be at rest, no? So the sand particle which will emerge here. The sand particle which will emerge. What is the velocity of sand particle with respect to trolley? That's what is needed, no? So I'll do one thing. I'll directly take help of relative velocity constant. Velocity of sand with respect to trolley is equal to velocity of sand with respect to ground, velocity of trolley with respect to ground. Velocity of sand with respect to ground should be 0. Fixed upper. Sand at rest. Are you looking at this comment? This one, rest I'm saying. This will, so what is the velocity of sand with respect to ground? Will be 0. It will just fall, no? There. Velocity of the trolley plus V. So this is what velocity of sand with respect to trolley I'll call VR bar. So what is VR bar now? Minus V bar. So tell me in what direction the VR bar velocity of sand with respect to trolley should be towards left. Now what is the state of sand? Sand will be at rest, no, in the upper. So the old water pen, it will just gets dropped onto the trolley. Then when it's getting dropped onto the trolley, what is the velocity of the sand particles with respect to trolley? Will be towards left. So what is the state of sand? You just fill up some like a sand in some polythene bag. Okay, that one. You hold it fixed here. let your brother, sister, or somebody, ask them to take some plate and ask them to move. So as long as you are holding that polythene paper, like a bag filled with sand, and you are at rest, what happened to the sand particles inside that one will be at rest. And you ask your brother, sister to move that plate, put some hole. So definitely what you'll comment, the sand is at rest, no? But what happened, the velocity of sand particles with respect to moving trolley will be non-zero. It's a very practical thing. Please do analyze here. You can try this at home, but you can't see all thrust force. But you can see definitely when you're holding that polythene bag filled with sand, you feel as the sand is at rest. But you ask the person, your brother, sister who is moving that plate, no, definitely they'll see that sand particle are in motion. Now, what is the system? So who is the system? The trolley is a system. A system gains mass. System gains mass. So mass of the trolley this is m naught, no? Now some mass got added up. Sand being added up. So mass of system will increase with the time. Tell me thrust force in what direction should act here? If a mass of system increases, the thrust force will act in the direction of VR. If the mass of system decreases, the thrust force will act opposite to VR. So how to calculate the thrust force first? The thrust force, Ft should be equal to VR into mu. VR bar dm by dt. dm by dt I'll substitute with sign, which is plus mu. So therefore, I'll get it as mu VR bar. No. What is the direction of VR bar? Towards left. So therefore, the thrust force should act on the trolley towards left. Getting the idea? Thrust force not on the sand. Thrust force on the trolley it is. Because trolley is a system which is gaining mass. So you have to show that thrust force towards left here. Now get into the problem. So we know all this mu is given. Mu is a fixed value given. A constant force is acting. So what is the equation now? F, all of you able to get this direction of Ft? Because dm by dt is plus mu. And Ft equal to mu VR bar. So the thrust force will act in the direction of VR bar. Then this will be F minus Ft equal to me. This should be equal to mu VR. What is m? M naught plus mu t. What is VR bar? VR bar is again V only, magnitude. Okay, get on with the mathematics now. So this should be equal to, I'll start the, here this one. So this should be dt by m naught plus mu t. This is dv by f minus mu v. Separate things like this. Now you integrate. At t equals 0, what is the state of the trolley at rest? At any time t, let it be b. Then they should become 1 by mu. Magnitude. Already I taken care sign by putting towards left magnitude. Or I'll put mod. Okay, already I taken care sign, no, showing ft towards left. What to be that? Already we have taken care sign. I am showing that ft towards left. Then I'm writing equations of motion. Okay, don't put anywhere. So like VR again, sir. VR towards left. In the direction of VR only ft is acting. No, that I'm showing the diagram. Now resultant force acting on the trolley is what we have proceeded here. So this should be equal to 1 by mu log of m naught plus mu t 0 to t minus 1 by mu log of f minus mu v 0 to v. Simplifying this, mu get cancels. So this will be log of m naught plus mu t by m naught is equal to log of f minus mu v by f. Okay, now can this you substitute here? So this will be m naught plus mu t by m naught, or negative sign you can. It's left to you either way. So let's solve for v that one. This will be further f minus mu v I think we can 1 minus f is equal to let me simplify it here. This will become 1 plus mu t by m naught f by f minus mu f that way. I think I'll negative sign we have adjusted here, no? I'll do one thing. Little bit. Very easily we can write one equation. This will be, let it be m naught by m naught plus mu t 1 minus mu v by f. So this will be mu v by f is equal to 1 minus m naught plus mu t. Solving this, we'll get the expression for speed of the trolley at any time. Ft is equal to m naught plus mu t. Rest all mathematics, the initial part is very important in variable mass system. So afterwards, this integration, as it's a mathematics, the initial part is very important. Getting the direction of thrust force, writing this equation of motion, this one. F minus Ft. So what is the method? First mass, what is the system? Trolley. Mass increasing, decreasing, mass increasing. Then next I'll get the direction of VR. The mass that is getting added to the system. What is VR? This sand particle will get added to system, no? The mass which is getting added to system, its velocity with respect to system I'll calculate. Then as mass is increasing, so therefore the thrust force will act in the direction of VR. Then once I know direction of thrust force, okay, directly I'll write the equation. Here only magnitude is what I'll take it. And V are equal to V. Already we have done. So then rest all calculation. So I think this will be a crucial. This part is a crucial. In the books, what when directly they write this equation, you'll be in a big trouble. They don't do this analysis. That's why when you open books, no, all things are there. But the core idea, what happened, I think what that author thought is, so he's writing this equation. So don't jump to this unless you don't have clarity. In every numerical, you have to fight for this one only. So now when mass ejected or mass getting added to system, that is very important. So this sand particle which is getting added to the trolley, the velocity of that sand particle which is getting added to trolley is what VR. With respect to trolley, that will become VR. That has to be predicted here, the direction. From that, you'll get the thrust force. This is about this is all the integration. Okay, I'll proceed to the next one. Yeah, no. Read the question. A chain of mass and length is held vertical such that its lower end just touches the floor. It is released from rest. Find the force exerted by the chain on the table when upper end is about to hit the floor. Or one x length of the thing is there. What would be that? So you assume a chain, all of you know. So that different, that called like a link, it is called as. The links, what happen when we join, that will become a chain, no? Draw the diagram, get into the diagram. Initially what happened, we have a chain. This chain, what happened, you better show in terms of link. It'll be easy for you, like this. It is just about to touch the ground. What is the length of the chain? Let it be L. Now I'm going to drop it. Mass of the chain, let it be M. It will not form heap, it will be like this. Now look at, no, some X length of the chain, or say some Y length of the chain is lying on the ground. The remaining L minus Y is in the air. Now he's asking what is the force exerted by the chain on the ground. Already we written ground. No? Shall we put the lambda? What is the lambda? Lambda is mass per unit length of the chain. Lambda is what? M by L. So what is the force exerted by the chain on the ground? Is equal to weight of this part of the chain. Weight of this part of the chain. That's all. Okay, look at now. See what's happening to two parts. The chain, what happen? This will immediately what happen will come to rest. The moment chain lands, The links what happen will come to rest here. I'll call them as link. Okay, I'll proceed with this. So how to discuss this particular thing? You assume one link. So let this be link here. One of the link you choose out. Whenever chain comes, you you should take help of any one link. At t equals 0, there's a situation, no? And at any time t, there's a thing. The link, what will happen now? Now it is here. I'm showing it vertical. It is about to enter. Now, what is the system? What is the system? This is the system. Now, with the time, what will happen to links? A part of a chain which is lying on the ground is system. With the time, what happens? The links will get added up on the ground. So, mass of system increasing or decreasing? It is increasing. No? Then, how much of distance the link has descended? So, shall we take this is dy. The y part of the chain is here, no? So what is the velocity of this link? VR. Also like a, so that link what happen will be approaching the ground with a velocity, and after once it comes in contact with the ground, collide and it will come to rest. So just before striking the ground, what is the velocity of this link? All of you, link means okay. I'll call these are links, no? So what is the velocity of the link? Let it be. So let it be say VL, I'll write it. Velocity of the link. How to calculate velocity of link? At t equals 0, at what height that given link was? At height y. So shall we write velocity of the link or speed of the link? Root of 2gy. I'm very sure that every numerical you analyze like this, so you can manage whatever be the type of numerical. Of course, sometimes very lengthy mathematics will come that nobody can help you. Everyone will be helpless. But how to predict the direction of thrust force? Anybody can manage if they analyze. So now system is in gaining mass or it's like a losing mass. It's gaining mass. How to calculate the thrust force? What direction the thrust force will act? This link is a mass which is getting added up to system. No? So let's come to the thrust force. So thrust force should be equal to, there's a formula what we have, dm by dt. So what is the velocity? System is at rest. The part of a chain which is on the ground will be at rest, and the link what will approach with a velocity. This one. So how to calculate that VR? Velocity of the link with respect to ground or with respect to system. Velocity of link with respect to system, I don't know. Velocity of the link with respect to ground, as we know. How much it is? VL, call that as V. Minus velocity of the system. What is the state of this particular? Will be at rest? 0. So this is what VR we write it, no? So this I know it, V. Then what to do? dm by dt, how to calculate? Because they are not given mu or something. With every passing, one link will get added up, no? So let dy be the mass of system. It need not be one link or anything. So dy that one. So dm is what? You can write it as lambda into dy dt. So v lambda dy by dt. Dy by dt is what? Again v. So this will be lambda v square. So this is the thrust force. What direction it should act? Okay, I think so science is a problem. Okay, in what direction it should act? thrust force in what direction should act? Anybody? The system is gaining mass and the VR in what direction? VR in the direction of velocity of the link. So therefore, shall I put thrust force downward on this chain? Then the normal contact, then the weight, lambda y into g, and this distance is y. So what is the total normal reaction? N should be equal to, this part, okay. VR is what? I'll write V from this discussion. Then dm by dt, there's a bracket term. It has become like this one. So now N minus lambda gy minus ft equal to 0. What is ft? Lambda v square. What is v square? V square should be equal to 2gy. What do we think? We think that only lambda gy is a normal reaction, but in fact here what happened? Sir, will this be visible? No, it will not be visible. This thrust force will be visible. No. But if I keep this on some weighing scale, so what do we expect? We expect the reading should be lambda gy, no? But because of thrust force, it will be more. System I wrote no here. The system is this one. The part of a chain which is lying on the ground is a system. Now, what about the action reaction should be equal and opposite? Where is other force? Other force will act on the chain upward. So I don't want to show it. I'll show it separately in another diagram. So you have to be very careful about the thing. So the thrust force here will be like this. On the falling chain, the thrust force will be in this direction. Any reason for that? It is losing the vertical part of chain is losing mass, no? So as it loses mass, then what is the direction of VR? VR like this. So as this will lose mass, mass decreases. Loses mass, here gains mass. So that's why you should be very careful about what is the system. Because what is the question? What is the force exerted by the ground on the part of a chain which is lying on the ground, that one. So therefore that N is I'm asking. And now what is the question asked here? I think at any time t I discussed here. Find the force exerted by chain on the table when upper end is about to hit the floor. Upper end is about to hit the floor means what is the value of y? Y will become equal to L. Then how much it should become? N equal to 3 lambda GL, or it should be equal to 3 mg. So finally, when the chain, I'm coming to the answer part. The last link, it is about to hit. So what is the total length of the chain? Almost L length will be there. Then there's a normal contact. This will be 3 lambda Lg and the thrust force. Oh, sorry, lambda Lg and the thrust force. So what is N in this case? N dash, I'll call it. N dash should be, or better put Y equal to L. And this is the answer what he was asking for us. Okay, no, I think when you are calculating work done, no. So what do we think? Only weight mg is doing work, but look at here, thrust force doing work. Some loss in energy will be there, loss in mechanical energy. So we have to be very careful. The thrust force is doing work on the upper part of the link or the falling vertical part of the chain. So this thrust force does work. So when we are dealing problems with the variable mass system, we have to be careful. What do we think? As a decrease in potential energy of the vertical part of the chain equal to increase in kinetic energy? No. So when we calculate here, the work done by the thrust force also will come into picture. Okay, there's one simple example. It's there in SU Arma, where students are more bothered about what? Writing answer finally. So you should analyze in this method. Okay, let's take the next condition. Today you can try a few problems on related to this because almost maximum information are given. Okay, let's take the with friction one. Just wait, I'll get the question. No, a pile of loose link chain with mass per unit length lambda lies on a rough surface with coefficient of friction mu naught. I'll write it, or mu s will take it. Mu s, one end of chain is being pulled horizontally along the surface by a constant force F naught. Find the acceleration of chain. He's asking just to get the acceleration of the chain in terms of x and v. I have not given diagram. You're supposed to assume here. A pile of loose link chain. Now read this part. So this is a ground. So a pile means we take like this, no? I'll give some bigger diagram. It'll be very easy for you to make observation. Oh. No, this will be. This end is being pulled by a constant force F naught, and this is rough. He's asking to get expression for acceleration. Find the acceleration of chain in terms of. So this is called like a pile, and these are called as links. So you must be very careful about so many terms here. Read the question once again and try to get into the problem. So first of all, what is the system? Which part will be moving? So you do one thing, really you are in a big trouble, take some thread or cloth, towel you take it, form heap like this. Then one end of the towel, you start pulling it. Definitely when this part will not move. No? There's a moving part. So the acceleration of the moving part is what I'll be asking. So I'm asking now, what is the expression for this acceleration? Mass of, after some time, what do you expect? So initially it will be like this, no? Okay, some of you are asking me again. Yeah, I'll help you with the diagram. Huh? I think that this is what initially, yeah. At least please try to understand now. No, complete diagram I'm showing it along with the question, everything that one. So this is the, I'll show some piles here. Get into problem now. This is at initially at t equal to 0. Now at any time t, there's a condition. He's asking the acceleration. So which part will be moving? The links that are on the ground. So there's a moving part, no? So shall I call this as a system? Finish over. So what is a system? So let this be a system. With the time, what will happen to number of links for in the system will increase, no? And what is the state of this? This will be at rest. This will be moving. Now, mass of system will increase or decrease. Number of links in this horizontal part, here what happened? This is the pile. In the pile will be at rest. So what happened to the horizontal part of the chain will be in motion. So what happened to number of links? The links will get added up, no? The mass of system is increasing. Let me pick up this link. This is something very important. This link. Very next moment, what will happen to this link? This link from pile will enter into moving part of system. Able to make analysis very next part after what happened, this red color link what happened will be on in the moving part of system, no? And what is this? Let's assume that the system is moving. That one. So this particular P, I'll call this is P, that one. So this particular link P, it is about to enter into the moving system. So let's calculate the no. This is the. I think we'll do one thing. Moving part I'll show by 1, and the part which is at rest I'll show by 1. And look at that red color. The link P will get added up to system. No? Very next moment for t greater than t, after this time, the link P will get added up to system. So what is the state of P? P will be at rest. At rest, and after some time will get added to the system. Will get or will enter system. Anything you can write it. Will get added to system at rest and after some time. Very next moment open, it will enter the system. So now the system is gaining mass or losing mass. So the moving part of the chain is what? System, I'm telling that one. Okay, let's calculate the VR now. So what is the method of VR? VR is velocity of P with respect to system equal to velocity of P minus Vs. Velocity of P we don't know. Velocity of P is 0. Velocity of system, let it be VR. In what direction? Towards left, I'll take it positive. Or no, sir, I'll take anything directed towards right, towards left negative, towards right, let it be positive. And then what is the velocity of system? Will be towards left. Let V be the velocity of the chain. So what is the now VPS will become VR. So what is the value of VR now? VR equal to what about direction? I got positive, no? Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll put with sign. I got here positive. Positive means in what direction the VR will be like this. Able to make it out? So this I think I'll remove it. So it'll be much easier for you. I got VR positive. Positive means what? When the VR will be directed towards right. Okay, let's come for this. VR is positive. Finish sure. So now what direction the thrust force should act on the moving part of the chain? Should act towards right. I'll show it here. This is a thrust force. Write down the equation now. And there will be also friction. Friction due to what? Friction due to by the ground on the moving part. Let x be the length of the chain on the ground. Write down the equations now. This is a very important. Rest all mathematics. We don't know thrust force, how to calculate thrust force. What is the basic formula? Thrust force should be equal to mu, or so let me write, already mu already there, no? Let me write lambda here. VR into dm by dt. This should be equal to VR dm by dt. So let me take a small element lambda dx. So this will be v lambda v or lambda v square. Look at this thrust force. The same method like previous problem what I did, the similar thing I'm bringing it lambda v square. Let's write equation now. F naught minus friction minus thrust force equal to ma. What is m? Mass of this part of the chain. What should be the friction? Mu k into lambda x into g. Lambda x is mass of this part of the chain, or thrust force is lambda v square into me. Let's write one more equation. F naught what is m is equal to lambda into x, no, in g. Lambda v square equal to lambda x into a. Able to analyze? It's just asking acceleration as a function of speed as well as distance. So there's a basic formula. Lambda is dm by dm by dt is what? We can write lambda into dx, that one. What is lambda? Lambda is mass per unit length. I'll write it nearby here. Lambda equal to. So very generalized way. So I think it's all about writing equation anybody can write, but initially what is the system, mass getting added up or mass being taken out from the system. This is what you have to make it here. We can't solve. This will be very lengthy mathematics is there. So just only acceleration as a function of x and v. This is one basic equation. No. What about the? Will there be any friction on the pile? I'm asking some very good thing here. Will there be any friction on the pile? Thrust force is what? On the system. So equivalent opposite force should also act on the pile. Now look at the pile. The mass of the system is decreasing. No? So will there be any thrust force will act also on the pile? Yes, it will act here. So you look at this particular P now. So it is the moment it get added up, what will happen? It was at rest, then come into motion, that one. So will there be any thrust force on the pile? Instead of this as system, let me take this as system. In that case, what happened? This particular will be at rest. The moment it's get added up, it will be ejected here now. Now, what is the velocity of this will be in this direction. So then, what is the velocity of the ejected mass with respect to pile you calculate? Then get the relative velocity. Then system it's losing mass. Then get the thrust force. Please do analyze here. I may ask you like a more than an option. No friction will act on the pile. No, friction will act on the pile also. There'll be thrust force will also act on the pile. So identifying what is system is what the major part of the discussion here. I think now it has you are in a far better position now. You can take any random question, define what is the system, in what action the mass is ejected, then get into the problem. Then this is about laws of motion, nothing to do. Calculating thrust force, problem to problem will be different. The first case is directly they give mu and all that particular thing. So here for a chain, this is a method, calculation of thrust force. So different types of systems will come where the calculation of thrust force will be, this is a basic formula. Here I took dx by dt, there dy by dt earlier. So you just be careful about the mathematics involved with the calculation of thrust force. Okay, now, so tomorrow we'll discuss some problems related to some applications where I'll bring the power, work done by thrust force, all that we'll discuss that one. This is about the basic analysis today. Tomorrow we'll just focus on the work done concept also. Work done and the power involved here by the thrust force. So mechanical energy can I conserve or not in this variable mass system? So in those aspects we'll try to analyze. Okay, now I'll stop the class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you,
welcome.
sir.
Thank you, love you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Can we conserve momentum net force on the system? See, like, what is the system you define? If you define system as this horizontal part, so tell me net force is non-zero, no? What is the momentum conserve? When you take this total as system, then also this force is acting. So where is the question of momentum conservation? So like, what is the situation based on that you have to check it. Today I'll respond. Today I'll respond. Huh? Today I'll help you. Huh? Okay, thank you, all of you. Take care. Bye. For chain, you can take help of this one. If the provided chain is vertical or horizontal, you have to take help of this formula. Lambda v square only, it will come for the chains. Okay, thank you all of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care. Bye. See you.